Okay, so this is now just a quick thing on solving two-step equations. There's a couple of reminders just to make sure that these are in your notes. I'm hoping they're already there, but if not, make sure they are written down. That when you are solving equations, you must work backwards and remove the last part first. Also, remember what you want to do at the end is have the letter left by itself, with the numbers on the other side. And also remember that to remove parts, you have to do the opposite on both sides of the equal sign. And a reminder, the opposite of plus is take, the opposite of times is divide, and vice versa. So these are the examples that we're just quickly going to cover. The best way to do this is to read it first and think about what the last bit is. So it's 2 times x plus 4 equals 15. So with the x, 2 times x plus 4. The plus 4 was the last thing. To remove the last thing, instead of the plus 4, we take 4. And do the same thing on both sides of the equals. That will disappear. Then you've got just 2x left on this side. You've got the equals, and 15 take away 4 is 11. This now, we've got 2 times x. We want to get rid of 2 times. Opposite of times 2 is divide by 2 and divide by 2. And you'll end up with x equals, can be written as 11 over 2. And that's probably the best way to write it. But otherwise, as a decimal, it's 5.5. Into the next one, as I said, the first part, read through it first. X divided by 3, take away 1. Last thing was a take away 1, so opposite of take 1 is a plus 1. Plus 1, that part disappears. We've got x over 3 left on this side. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, over 3 is the same as divided by 3, so x divided by 3, opposite of divide by 3 is times by 3. Same thing on both sides of the equals. That disappears. Left with x equals 6. Now, as always, you can go back and double check to see if you're right. 6 divided by 3, take away 1, is 1, so you know it has to be right. If you went back up in here, 2 times 5.5 is 11, plus 4 is 15, that was right as well. Third one, when you read through it, you'll notice it's a little bit different. This is now x take 1 divided by 3. The divide by 3 was last, so to get rid of the last bit, opposite of divide 3 is times 3. Same thing on both sides of the equals. That's going to be gone. You're left with x take 1, 1 times 3 is 3. Get rid of the take 1, plus 1, plus 1. And we have x equals 4. Again, you can check to see if you're right. 4 take away 1 is 3, divide by 3 is 1, and you are right. This one here, we've got x plus 2 in the brackets. That is all times by 3. Now, it doesn't matter that it's on this side rather than this side. It's still just getting that x by itself. So x plus 2, which is times by 3, so the opposite of times 3 is divide 3. That's going to disappear. Same thing on both sides. 15 divided by 3 is 5. That 3 is now gone. We're left with x plus 2. It could have brackets around this, but as that's all that's left, we don't need the brackets anymore. Get rid of a plus 2. Opposite of plus 2 is take 2. Take 2. 5 take 2 is 3. And you've got just the x left. Again, you can go back and double check. Put 3 in here. 3 plus 2 is 5. Times by 3 is 15. You know you've got it correct. This is the one that people struggle with a little bit because it's in a different order and it's just that little bit harder because we've now got something take away x. We still have to get the x by itself, so we've got to get rid of this 5. Now at the moment this is a positive 5, so to get rid of a positive 5 or a plus 5, we take away 5 from both sides. That's going to disappear. We've got negative x left on this side, and 10 take away 5 is 5. To get rid of that negative, it's times by negative 1, so we can divide by negative 1, or you can just know we need to change that sign, so it changes from a negative to a positive, and this one has to change as well, so if it wasn't positive, it's going to change to a negative. But again, you could times by negative 1. If you do 5 times negative 1, you'll also have negative 5. Again, you can go back and double check and see if you're right. 5 take away negative 5 equals 10. Take away a negative is the same as plus, so 5 plus 5 equals 10. 10 equals 10.